Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video we will be solving questions related to your Goldman Sachs online assessment. Okay, in this video I will be solving questions related to your aptitude, reasoning and verbal ability, and in one single video we will solve questions from multiple topics, so that just by practicing questions from this single video you will get the knowledge of different topics. Okay, so make sure to watch the video till complete and if you have doubts in any of the questions, please put them in the comment section. Before we start the video, I just want one thing from you guys. If you are finding it helpful, please write the word helpful in the comment section so that I get to know how many of you are preparing from this video. And before we start the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I regularly post these kinds of helpful material for all of you. And there is a complete playlist on my channel related to a Goldman Sachs. Make sure to check other videos too. So let's get started with our first question. Let's look at this question that we have. What is the sum of LCM and HCF of these three numbers we have? Okay, and we are given different options. Let's see first of all how to solve this question. Okay, so see, what we need to find is sum of LCM plus HCF. Okay, so before that our first goal is to find the LCM and HCF. Now we are having fractions. Okay, you have to understand that we are having the numbers as 5 by 18, 35 by 9 and then 15 by 63. Okay, which means these are fractions. Now in fractions, how can we calculate the LCM? So LCM is equals to what? LCM of numerators, okay, divided by HCF of denominators. Okay, you have to understand this because this is very important. Otherwise you can't find out the LCM and HCF, and then how you will like do the sum, right? So HCF is what? Simply HCF we are finding, so HCF will stay on top and LCM will go down. Okay, and then again HCF of numerator and LCM of denominator. So now using this, let's try to find out. So in our case, LCM of numerators, so numerators are 5, 35 and 15. So we need to find LCM of 5, 35 and 15. Now for those of you who don't know how to find LCM, I'll just show once, and then using the same method you can also find it out. So 5, 35 and 15, simply in this way, it will get divided by 5. The least number with which they get divided is 5. So 5 1s are 5, 5 7s are 35 and 5 3s are 15. Okay, now they are all primes, so we can just simply write the LCM will be 3 into 5 into 7, right? So in this case the LCM of this will be 3 into 5 into 7, which is going to be 105. So we have found out this LCM now. Okay, now what we need, as I told you, HCF of denominators. So HCF of denominators, what we have, denominators as 18, 9 and 63. Okay, I'll just show you once to find out how to find out the HCF also, so that you can do it on your own. So see, we have 18, then we have 9 and then we have 63. Okay, so see, using 2 we can find out. So 2 into 2 9s are 18 and then 3 3s are 9. Okay, and then only 3. So 2 into 3 square we can say. Then here the minimum number with which 9 can divide is 3. So 3 3s are 9 and then it is the individual. So 3 into 3. Then here we have again 3, because with 2 this is not divisible. So 3 2s are 6 and 3 1s are 3. Again 3 3 7s are 21. So again this is going to be 3 square into 7. So the HCF is going to be how much? Which is common in the least common, okay, which is smallest, which is common in all three. So 3 square is coming in all three, right? So 3 square will be the HCM of this one, okay, which is going to be 9. So we have found out the LCM in this way. Okay, now as I told you how to find out the like HCF, so it should be HCF of numerator divided by HCF of LCM of denominators. Okay, so HCF of what are the numerators? Again, numerators we have is 5, 35 and 15, right? So HCF of these three will be your 5. Okay, I'm directly writing. I already explained you how to find it, so you can find it using the same way. Now LCM of denominators, so we have denominators as 18, 9 and 63, and then so the denominators of these LCM will be LCM of these denominators will be 126. Okay, so now we have found out the LCM and we have found out the HCF. What we were asked is to do the sum of them. Okay, so HCF plus LCM. Okay, so first I'll take HCF, which is 5 by 2 126, and then we have to do summation. Okay, which means add, which is 105 by 9. Now there are different ways you can solve it. Okay, you can do cross multiplication, you can find out the LCM of these below things. Okay, so one way of solving this is like, what I will do is I will multiply 14. Okay, both, because 9 into 14 is what? 126. Okay, so I am doing this way, and then when I will do this, the below part will be common, okay, because this will also become 126, right? That is why I have multiplied with 14, and then 5 plus this when multiply will be 1470, okay. So finally we will get 1475 divided by 126. So let's see if we have that option. Yes, option second is the correct one. So answer 2 or option B is going to be the correct answer for this one, which is going to be 1475 divided by 126. So it was easy only. It's just that I explained you so that it took a lot of time, but I mean, when you will try to solve it on your own, it won't take that much of time. So make sure that you practice it on your own. Okay. Let's now look at the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. Question is, answer the questions based on the information given below. The bar graph given below shows the monthly income of 3 different persons in 1000 rupees over 5 different years. Okay, so see guys, we have this graph. Okay, now based on this graph we will have multiple questions that we need to answer. Let's understand what this graph is saying. This graph is saying the like basically monthly income of 3 different person. Okay, Sanjeev, Sanjay and Sankalp. Okay, and in different years it is telling, and these are the amounts in 1000, which means 5000, 10,000 and so on. Let's see the first question that we have based on this. In 2012 and 2013 together, what is the average monthly income of Sanjay, Sanjeev and Sankalp? Okay, and we have different options. Let's try to solve this. See, we are asked 2012 and 2013, so we have to take this and this data. Okay, average income, monthly income of all three we are asked. Okay, so what we will do, we will take the incomes first of all. So see, blue is Sanjeev, then orange is Sankalp, and then gray is orange is Sanjeev, blue is Sanjay, and then gray is Sankalp. Okay, now let's understand. In 2012, for this blue one, this is how much? 12. Okay, this is 12. This point is 12. So I will note 12. Okay, and right now I am not taking 12,000 because at the end, final like once we have found out the final value, we will just multiply it with 1000. Okay, that is why I am not multiplying right now with 1000. Then let's take this one. This is how much? 10. Okay, so I am taking this one as 10, and then this third value, which is 14. Okay, now in the similar way, I will take all the three incomes in 2013. So this one is how much? 18 plus this much is how much? 16 plus this much is how much? I think 14 again. So see, we have taken all the amounts of for 2 years. Now we have to take the average. So what will I do? I will just divide it by 3. Okay, so finally when I will sum all of these, the value that I will get will be 84. Okay, divide by 3. Now 84 divided by 3 will be how much? 28. Okay, 3 2s are 6 and then 3 8s are 24. So 28 we have got. But as I told you, when we will get the final value, I will just multiply it with 1000 because it is told to us that the monthly income is in thousands. Okay, so our answer will be 28,000. See, there could be other way. What you could have also done is, instead of 12, you could have taken 12,000, right? Then 10,000. In that way, the calculation might become a bit complex. So that is why what I have done is, I have simply taken those values without like thousands, and finally when I have received the final value, I have just multiplied with 1000. So we have got the answer as 28,000. So the correct answer is option number A, that is 28,000 is the average monthly income salary of all three of them for the year 2012 and 2013. Hope you have understood it. Let's move on to the next question. So see, this is the next question that is being asked on this graph that is given to us. Let's see. Sanjeev saved 23% and 28% of his monthly income in 2014 and 2015 respectively. Find his total savings over these 2 years. See, so how we will calculate? First of all, we have to see how much Sanjeev has saved in 2014. So see, Sanjeev is orange. So in 2014, okay, this is 2014. It was like, I think it is typing mistake here. So Sanjeev in 2014, his monthly income was how much? 24,000, right? So how much he has saved? He has saved 23% of 24,000. Okay, plus 28% of how much his income is there in 2015. His income in 2015 is, I guess, 18, right? So 23% of 18,000. Okay, so once we will solve it, we will get the answer. Let's see how we can solve it. So 23% can be written as 0.23 of 24,000 plus Okay, this was 28%. Okay, because in 2015 he saved 28%. So 0.28 of 18,000. Okay, solving this will give you 5520 plus 5040, and finally when we will add them up we will get the amount as rupees 10,560 rupees, which is our option number C. So the correct answer for this one will be option number C, that is 10,560 rupees is the total saving over these 2 years for Sanjeev. Okay, hope you have understood the answer. Let's look at this question. We are given a figure, okay, and we are asked find the minimum number of straight lines required to make the given figure. Okay, so this is our figure, and these are the options 16, 17, 18 and 19. See, as I told you, in these types of questions the options will be very nearby. Okay, so even one mistake, if you miss to count even one single line also, your answer will become wrong. So you have to be very attentive while solving these questions. Okay, so for simplicity I have taken the diagram with markings so that it is easy for me to explain and for you to understand. So see, in this straight line one, how we will solve this question is we will take different groupings. Okay, first of all we will take, or different types of lines we will take. First of all we will take the horizontal line. Okay, so that this way it will be very easy. Otherwise, if we, without any thought process, if we start trying to solve, we will get confused and we will not get the final answer. Horizontal, vertical and then slant. Okay, so there are only 3 types of lines, straight lines, in this types of questions. So horizontal, vertical and slant lines. Okay, now let's start counting the number of occurrences of all these lines. So first let's start with horizontal line. See, the first horizontal line is this one. I'll put a cut over the line, so that is IK. Okay, this is the first horizontal line. Second horizontal line is A to B. Okay, and then third horizontal line is this one, H to G. Okay, next is D to C. Next is okay, so these are the only horizontal lines that we have. Okay, so we have taken 4 lines. Okay, that is IK, AB, HG and DC. Okay, these are the 4 horizontal lines that we have. Now let's look at the vertical lines that we have. So the first vertical line is AD. Okay, then we have EH, then we have JM, then FG and then BC. Okay, so these were the horizontal lines that we had. So EH, JM, FG and BC. Okay, which is total 5 in number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now let's see the slant lines. Okay, for before that let me clear the diagram a bit. If you have any doubts you can ask in the comment section, guys. So let's see the slant lines that we have. Slant lines means this way. Okay, if a line is this type or this type, anything, we call this as a slant line. So this is 1, then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so these are the slant lines that I have told you. Okay, so I'm not writing the names, I have already marked them properly, so it is very clearly visible. So there are 8 slant lines. Now if we total the sum, 4 plus 5 plus 8, okay, 8 plus 4 is what? 12. 12 plus 5 is what? 17. So 17 is the total answer of this question. That is, the total straight lines in this question is 17, which is our option number B. Let's look at this question that we have based on simple interest. The question is, a sum of rupees 12,500 amounts to 15,500 in 4 years at the rate of simple interest. What is the rate of interest we have to find in this case? Okay, so see, like in order to solve the questions related to simple interest, this is the main formula that you have to remember. That is, simple interest is equals to PRT divided by 100. Okay, where P is what? P is your principal amount. Okay, and then R is your rate and T is the time. Okay, now let's try to solve this question based on the data which is given to us and what is asked to us. See, first let's understand what is asked to us. The thing that is asked to us is what is the rate of interest. Okay, So rate means R value we need to find out. So remaining everything must be given to us, then only we can find out the rate value by substituting all the other values, right? So see, let's start reading the first thing. Sum of 12,005 rupees amounts to 15,500, which means this was the principal amount that was invested, right? And then this amount was later on increased to this one. Okay, so see, in order to calculate SI, what we can do is, what is the final amount? If we subtract that from that, if we subtract the initial or principal amount, we get the simple interest. Okay, so in this case we got the simple interest value. Now we can easily substitute in our formula. Okay, so let's see, we have SI value with us. Now let's see what are the other values. 4 years, so time also we have, so T value also we have 4 years. Now P value, so P is already given, P is the principal, right, which is 12,500. So we have all the values. Our work is just to substitute all the values in the formula and then we will get it. So let's substitute it. Okay, so see, SI value I will put first, which is 3,000. Okay, and then here we have principal amount, which is 12,500. Okay, then multiplied by what? Multiplied by R value. So as of now R is the only one which we need to find out, so I will write as it is, T value, which is 4 year, and then divided by 100. Okay, let's now find the R value. So what I will do, I will keep R here and then remaining things I will send on the other side. So 3000 will be here and 100 will go there, so it will be 100 here and then divided by this 12,500 multiplied by 4. Okay, so some things will get cancelled. Once you will cancel and all everything, you will finally get the answer as R value as 6, and R is what? Rate, so it will be in percentage. Okay, so the correct answer for this question will be 6%. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, option number 4 is correct, which is option number D. 6% is the answer for this question. Okay, hope you have understood it. If you are aware of this formula, then you can mostly clear any of the questions that you get on simple interest. So the formula is PRT upon 100. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at this question. Observe the problem figures given and select one option from the answer figures, which will continue the same pattern followed in the problem figures. Okay, so see, we have a problem figure, we have the answer figure, we have the problem figures are in sequence. We have to tell which will be the next in the sequence. Okay, and how we will select the answer figure based on the answer figures given to us. Let's try to solve this problem, and let's first of all understand the logic that is getting followed. See, if you observe figure number A, there are two symbols. Okay, and what is happening in the third figure? The last one is coming in the first position. Okay, last one is coming below the before the first one. Okay, which means previously it was something like this, right? We had just one triangle, one square and triangle, and then in the next figure what is happening? Triangle is square is coming before triangle, and then one more sign is getting added, right? This is happening, which means one shift is happening. Okay, and then see, one shift is happening plus one new character is getting added. Okay, we can understand in this way. Let's see the next one now. Are we following the same pattern or not? See, we have three figures here, three symbols here. Now what is happening is this last one is coming here. Okay, the triangle is coming on the first position, and then one new is getting added. So if I'll show you here, so square and circle will stay in its own place. Okay, square and circle will stay. Triangle from last position it will come to the first position, and after that one new symbol will be added, which is this one, right? So in this one, in this way we have got our new figure, right? Let's see which figure will come after this. So if you see, all the intermediate figures will stay as in its own place. So arrow, then this triangle, and this circle will always stay in its own place, and this last one will come before the first one, which means here it will come, right? And then one more new symbol will be added. So let's see what was the new symbol here. In this case it was equals to. So if you see equal, square, arrow, triangle and circle, so this is our new figure. In the same way, let's make the next figure. So intermediate ones will always stay like this. So if you see, now the intermediate ones are these. Okay, and the last one was circle, which will come to the first, and one more new will be added. So the new that was added is star. Okay, so we have got our this one also. Now is the time when we have to create or figure out our next figure. So I'm creating the next figure here again. So let's keep all the intermediates at its own place. So star, circle, equals, square, and then arrow. These are what? These are intermediate ones. And then the last position was triangle. So triangle will come on the first, and one more new will be introduced, which will come here. Okay, but since we don't know, let's see the options and then figure it out. See, First one cannot be the option because the arrow itself is not coming on the side or the corner, so we will reject it. Again, second also cannot be the one because if in our answer figure arrow is coming in the corner. Third also cannot be the answer, arrow is not coming in the corner. Yes, fourth can be the answer because arrow is coming. Let's see other characters. So arrow square equals, so far it is good. And then circle star triangle, and then one more new which is hash. So yes, this is totally satisfying our condition. So for now let us mark this one as the answer, and let's explore the last option also, last answer figure also. So see here also the arrow itself is not there in the first place, so we will reject this. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be figure number 4, which is option number A. Hope you have understood the logic. Let's now move on to the next question. Okay, so in the next question we have a series and we have to figure out what will be the next term in this series. So let's write the series first. Okay, we have to find out what will come here. So let's see, try to find the pattern. Okay, what it is following. So n to q is what? Plus 2 and op. Then comes q. Q to t is again plus 2. Q, r, s and then t, right? So t to w is again 2. T, u, v and then w. In the same way from w to z is also 2. W, x, y, z. Okay, so now what will come here? Before n what comes? Okay, so you have to understand k and then plus 2 which is l, m and then n will come. So the term which will come here will be k. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, we have k as the option. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number C, which is k. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubts in any of the questions, let me know in the comment section below, or if you have any general doubt also you can ask me. I will answer all your queries. Moving on to the next question. Identify the incorrect part of the sentence from the options provided. So we are given different options and we have to tell which part of the sentence has error. Okay, so let's see the sentence. Armstrong and Bouchard brought the aircraft into a nose down alignment to increase speed, then launched the skyrocket. Okay, so this is option A, like this is A, this is B and then this is C. Okay, we have to tell which of the part has error in it. So guys, the correct answer for this one will be B. Okay, so the answer for this question is option number B. Moving on to the next question now. Now in this question, out of the words or phrases given below, the position of one is fixed. Choose the most logical order of the remaining words or phrases to construct a coherent sentence. Okay, so now see, this one is fixed. Okay, the sentence will always start from here only, that is the silent and non, and now remaining we have to rearrange and make a meaningful sentence. Okay, so I hope you understood the type or the pattern of the question. Now let's try to read the sentence first and then we will give the final answer. First, P option is protest in the lake city took, began pelting stone at vehicles, mobs of angry protesters, an ugly turn around noon when. Let's see, the first thing that is going to come after this sentence is P, which is the silent and non protest in the lake city took, and then will come T, that is an ugly took an ugly turn around noon when mobs of angry. Okay, so R, and then will be S, mobs of angry protesters, and then we will have at the end Q, protesters began pelting stones at the vehicles. So the final sentence is going to be something like this: the silent and non protest in the lake city took an ugly turn around noon when mobs of angry protesters began pelting stones at the vehicle. Okay, so this is the complete sentence or the complete paragraph. Okay, hope you have understood the concept. Let me know if you have any doubt. So this sequence is which one? PTRSQ. So PTRSQ is option number B. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number B. Moving on to the next question now. Fill in the blank with the most appropriate word. Okay, so we have been given fill in the blank kind of question. Let's read this question first. Since Harry lived in Finland all his life, he knows neither Hindi dash Japanese. Okay, So see, you must have read these kinds of questions a lot. Whenever there is neither, we usually use nor. Okay, so and whenever there is either, we use what? Or, right? So you should know this concept. So because you might get the similar kind of question for either also, so you should know that in that case you have to use or. At in this case, since we have neither, so we are going to use nor. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number C, which is nor. Okay, so the final sentence, let's read it out again with the filled blank. Since Harry lived in Finland all his life, he knows neither Hindi nor Japanese. Okay, so Harry does not know Hindi also, and he does not know Japanese also. Okay, so not Japanese. Moving on to the next question now. Let's look at this question. So in this question, what do we have is, in the below question, one main figure is embedded in any of the four options figures. Find out which option contains the main figure. So see, this is our main figure and these are our option figure. Okay, so you have to understand this one. Let me mark it with the numbers. So this is our figure number 1, this is figure number 2, this is figure number 3, and this is figure number 4. Okay, so we have to tell this main figure is coming in which of the optional figures. See, so first let us understand this one. So see, this main line, okay, this line is coming here. So far it is good. But if you see this portion is not coming correctly, right? This portion slantwise is not coming properly. So this one is the wrong answer in this case. Okay, let's move on to the next question, next option now. So in the next option we have this line. So yes, this line is also following. Then this slant part is not coming, right? Slant part, if you see, is not coming here. It is going straight. So that is wrong. That is why we have eliminated this also. In the third one, if you see, this line itself is not there. This line is there, but that is another line. Okay, this bigger line is not there. So that is why this is also not the correct one. Let's see in the fourth if we can find it out. Yes, so if you see this one, this can be our main line, right? Then this thing is coming. So this can be the one, okay, which is like these parts. Then we have these straight things, right? So if you see here, it is coming this one, and in this point here it is coming. So if you see in fourth option, it is coming correctly. So the correct answer for this will be option number B, which is fourth figure, right? Hope you have understood it. So guys, before we move on to the next question, if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because it takes a lot of hard work to create this such type of content for all of you. So one like and share and comment motivates me a lot to bring such more content in future also. Okay, let's now look at this next question. Let's look at this question. So in this question, what we need to do is, let's first read the problem statement. The first and the last sentences S1 and S4 of a passage are given, whereas some sentences S2 and S3 are missing. Identify the alternatives that will meaningfully fill in the blanks against S1 and S2 respectively. Basically what we are told is, we have four sentences S1, S2, S3 and S4, and the positions of S1 and S4 are correct. Now we need to select S2 and S3, right? What will come in S2 and S3, and we are given four options. So out of four options, we have to select which one will come in S2 and then which one will come in S3, and we are given different options. Okay, so first let's read the statements which are already given, and then we will analyze what will come in S2 and S3. A train journey changed Gandhi's life and eventually the course of history. Okay, then we have sentence 2 and sentence 3, and the final sentence is, but I have a first class ticket, Gandhi said. That doesn't matter, replied the conductor, no coloreds. Okay, so let's see. We have these alternatives. First let's give these alternatives a read, and then we will see what will come in those sentence 2 and sentence 3. Mahatma Gandhi pushed the Brits out of India with some unorthodox methods that we often take for granted. The conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. It was 1893 late at night in South Africa that a barrister named M.K. Gandhi was traveling first class when a white passenger entered the compartment, took one look at him and summoned the conductor. Should he retreat to India or remain in South Africa and fight injustices like the one he has just experienced? See, so guys, in first sentence, the correct one that will come will be R. Okay, so here R will come. Why so? Let's read this. See, option R is basically setting the scene. Okay, because when you read statement first, it is saying a train journey changed Gandhi's life and eventually the course of history, right? And then this is setting up the like, what do we say? This is setting up the scene of the paragraph, right? So option R is the correct place in sentence 2 because it is setting the scene by providing essential background details like time and then place and then Gandhi's status, right? So all these things are mentioned there. That is why R will come in the first sentence, and then what will come is in the third sentence will come Q. Okay, so Q, that is the conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. So Q basically is describing the immediate trigger of the dramatic exchange. Basically, see what it is going on is in R. Late night in South Africa, the barrister named M.K. Gandhi was traveling first class when a white passenger entered the compartment, took one look at him and summoned the conductor. See, and where the sentence was ending, like he summoned the conductor. So after the conductor is summoned, what will happen? That should be continued. So this statement is correctly mentioning that. That is why the conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. Okay, so the correct answer that we have got is R and Q. Okay, so which is option number D in our case. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number D. Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Let's read this question. Again, we are given 4 sentences and the first and 4 sentences are already given. We need to find what will come in sentence number 2 and sentence number 3, and we have 4 options. Okay, let's first start reading with the sentence 1. Galen of Pergamum was a Greek physician, surgeon and philosopher in the Roman Empire. And the final sentence is, and yet Galen never conducted anything resembling an experiment. Okay, so see, let's first quickly give a read to all the alternatives that we have. His writings were indisputable source of medical authority for more than 1,000 years. It will be feel made with arrogance, hubris and sheer lack of scientific rigor. Doubt is no fearful thing, as we'll soon learn. It is in fact what propels science forward. Considering to be one of the most important accomplished of all medical researcher, Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines including anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology and neurology. See, now see actually what will come in sentence number 2 is option number S. Okay, let's see how. Because for that we have to read first statement again. Galen of Pergamum was a Greek physician, surgeon and philosopher in the Roman Empire. Considered to be one of the most accomplished of all medical researchers, Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines. See, we were talking about Galen and then the further communication about Galen is only happening, right? That they are still talking about Galen only. So that is the continuation. That is why we have taken S as the sentence number 2. And then what will come in the next sentence is, it will be sentence number P. Okay, let's try to read it. So the sentence of Galen was ending here. Okay, that is Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines including anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology and neurology. Then we are talking more. Okay, what apart from that he has done. So that is what we are writing. His writings were the indisputable source of medical authority for more than 1,000 years, right? So then that's why the correct answer that will come here will be P. And finally, and yet Galen never conducted anything resembling an experiment. So the correct answer will be sequence S and then sequence sentence number P. So what is the option? So option C is the correct answer for this one. Hope you have understood it, and if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. So we are given this question. Let's read out the question first. Sentences of a paragraph are given below in jumbled order. Arrange the sentences in the correct order to form a meaningful and coherent paragraph. So we are given 4 sentences. We have to rearrange them to make a meaningful paragraph. Let's try to rearrange the sentences. First, we will give the sentences a read and then we will rearrange them. The first sentence is, Raja was the shoeshine boy. Raja was hardworking and wanted to take care of his family. So after school, he would sit near a cinema hall and polish shoes for a living. He lived with his mother and sister in a small juggi. See, so the first thing is we are starting to talk about Raja, right? So first sentence will be Raja A. Okay, that is Raja was a shoeshine boy. Okay, then next sentence that will come will be about where he is living. So he lived with his mother and his sister in a small juggi. Okay, then sentence D will come. Then what will come is sentence B. That is Raja was hardworking and wanted to take care of his family. Okay, so then the next sentence is sentence number B and then C. Okay, see, the last sentence is, so after school he would sit near a cinema hall and polish the shoes for a living. So this is the correct sentence, that is A, D, B and C. The correct answer is option number A. Basically you have to make the arrangement in such a way that this paragraph is meaningful when we read it. Okay, so guys, we have seen enough questions for now, and now I have one DIY question for all of you. So make sure to attend this question. Now what you have to do is, this is your first DIY question. How you will answer it in the comment is, you will write it in this way, first and then second, and then whatever is the option for first and the complete answer. For example, if it is ambiguous, then something like this, and then for the second one also. Guys, since you have watched this video so far, make sure to attend this DIY questions honestly, because you know you are preparing it for yourself. So don't think that others are going to comment down, and so why should I? Okay, so this is your preparation journey and you have to be honest with it. Okay, the first DIY question is, choose the most appropriate word to complete the sentence. We have this sentence that is, the manager's explanation was so dash that everyone understood the complex procedure clearly. And the options that we are given is ambiguous, vague, lucid, obscure. Okay. Now let's move on to the second DIY question. This is DIY question number 2. And the question is, fill in the blank with the most appropriate word. And the sentence is, the research team is dash the latest findings from their experiments. The options that we have are looking, reviewing, observing, and completing. Okay, so make sure to comment down your DIY answers. Okay, I will be waiting for your answers, and if you guys have been watched other videos of mine, you must have like noticed that I reply to every comment that I get on my videos. Okay, I try to reply every single comment, so make sure to comment down the DIY answers. Okay. So guys, that's all for today's videos. Hope you found it helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram, and you can even follow me on Instagram and ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so that you don't miss any important updates from the channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.